Thank you so much for your interest in the Civil Access to Justice Clinic, one of the clinics we are offering next fall for registration. This video will give you an overview of the clinic itself, but if you have further questions, we strongly suggest that you check online, look at more information about what each of the divisions will be focusing on in terms of legal work, and also check who will be directing each clinic. If you have further questions, direct your clinic questions to that individual faculty member. So next fall, we are going to have 5 divisions of the Civil Access to Justice Clinic. We'll have the Education Equity Advocacy Division that will focus on education law and representing individuals in the DC public school system who are challenging or appealing their school discipline cases. We will also have a Family Law Division where students will focus on family law, offering brief information and support to pro se litigants down at DC Superior Court, and also representing individuals in limited representation cases in family court. We'll also, for the first time ever, have a transactional division of the Access to Justice Clinic, in which students will work with nonprofits and entrepreneurs in helping them establish their corporations and doing other legal work to help advise them. We will also have a prisoner civil rights division in which students will work to support a litigation team that are representing the family of a deceased inmate in the Maryland prison system who are suing in order to vindicate the civil rights of their family member. We will also have a workers' rights division in which students will be focusing on unemployment cases. Some of the nuts and bolts of the clinic. First of all, this is a 2-credit clinic. It distinguishes it from all the other clinics, which are between 4 to 6 credits. So this is a very limited credit load. And we have deliberately created a clinic that allows students to get the same type of experience that they would get in one of our capstone clinics, which is 4 to 6 credits, but with a limited time commitment. Further, it's important to know that this clinic can only be taken for credit, no credit. So there are no grades that will be given out for these clinics. We also want people to know that we will have a mandatory orientation program on August 27th, 2023 from 10 to 5. That is required for all individuals who are enrolled in the Civil Access to Justice Clinic, and that's the Sunday before classes start. It's important that we have an orientation program because we want to get you up and running and working on your legal cases as soon as possible. We'll have a seminar, which I'll speak about in a moment, and there's a casework component to a clinic. First, seminar. Our seminar will meet on Wednesdays from 9:55 to 11:55, but it's important to know that this is only a 1-credit seminar. It is 1 credit of the 2 credits you get for the clinic will be devoted to seminar. That means that it's a very limited time commitment as well, so it won't meet every week. We will put out a syllabus and you will have the dates in which our clinic seminar will meet. And they'll always meet after orientation during that Wednesday slot, but that will not be a weekly meeting. Some of the seminars will be all division sessions. And in those sessions, all of us will gather in a room and we'll talk about issues that we have in common across the divisions. We'll talk about the issue of access to justice. We'll talk about racial equity. We will talk about system change theory. And then we'll also have a series of case round sessions in which we'll talk across clinics about what we're working on and together brainstorm some solution to some of the intractable problems in the civil justice system. You'll also have some division-only sessions. And in those division-only sessions, you'll also conduct case rounds to talk more in depth about some of the cases that you're working on, as well as you will meet as a group to focus on and study the skills and the substantive law that you'll need to do the casework that you're working on. So that leads us finally to the casework. you will be working on your cases for an average of about 7 hours a week. That will ebb and flow depending on the needs of your cases and your casework, but it'll be about 7 hours a week over the course of the semester, which begins with orientation and ends on the last day of exams. As I said, this clinic, like any other clinic, it allows you to have a certification to be a student attorney. And what does that mean? Well, that leads to the last point. That's what makes clinics different from field placements, internships, and summer job experiences, all of which are excellent. And we urge you to seek out those opportunities. But in a clinic, you are certified to practice as a student attorney. And that means that you are the attorney on the case. You're not supporting an attorney who is doing the work on the case, but you are actually certified to be the attorney on the case. You can speak to a judge. You can be the one that interviews and counsels the client. You can give legal advice because that is your role. So it really gives you the opportunity to stand in the shoes of an attorney, know what that feels like, and do so in a supportive environment where you're being supervised and overseen every step of the way by an experienced attorney and faculty member who has extensive experience in this work. So I hope this was helpful in giving you an overview of how this clinic works. And as I said, if you still have questions, please be sure to contact the faculty members who are in charge of the particular division that you're interested in. Thanks so much.